Hi everybody, this is Corey Hind. I hope you're really well. Now, I'm going to talk to you today about how to identify keywords for free. I get this question all the time. People are realizing that Google is a search engine, therefore people go to it to find a thing. So what words are they actually searching for in reference to your business? Now, the purpose of this video is just to show you some tools that you can use for free. I'm not going to do it for you, but I will show you some examples from a real client that I have, which just gets you thinking about the words you should use. Now, I won't stay on the camera for long. I look terrible. I've just recovered from COVID. It was a pretty mild case, so that's all good. I'll just shrink myself out of the way. So, how to identify keywords for free. Now, there's a few considerations before I show you the tools, so just pay attention. This is really important. Volume, competition, and relevance. So we'll start at the top, volume. So one of the reasons you do keyword research is to figure out, are people searching for this word? Is there much traffic for it on Google? Should I bother having that word as a focal point of my site or my pages or whatever? The next thing you want to think about is, what's the competition like? A quick example would be, if you're an insurance broker across New Zealand, there'll be loads of competition. But if you're an insurance broker for, let's say, Hamilton, much smaller than New Zealand, there'll be less competition. So we need to understand, what's the volume of search like and how hard is it to win that phrase? We want to know both of those things. And then also relevance. So I guess the easiest way to explain this is, if you're a fitness trainer, you don't want to get web traffic for an insurance broker. So we need to understand the volume, the competition, and the relevance. Now, the relevance, I think, is super, super important. And the tip number 5 I've got in the tools is about that. So we'll get to that soon. Now, I'm going to use a real client that I've got who has an eco-friendly cleaning product to show you some of the stuff that I would normally do. And this is, again, showing you how to get some keywords listed out. So you normally do some thinking, make a list them out, figure out the volume, figure out the competition, and then go, aha, those are my money phrases there that I want to focus on. Here are some related phrases I can build content for, etc., etc. But let's get into the tools. So the first one I would look for is something like Wordstream or Word Tracker. I personally use Keyword Finder by Mangools, but I pay a little bit of money for that. It's pretty cheap. But Wordstream, so I'll show you Wordstream over here on this browser. So Wordstream looks like this. It's a free keyword tool. Boom, that's what we want. Eco-friendly cleaning for New Zealand. I've put that in there, and you'll get stuff like this. A bit of volume over here. How much volume is there? This is referencing the cost of running ads for that. So generally, the higher the cost means the more the competition. And over here, it'll tell you high competition, medium, high, medium, and it gives you other ideas. So whilst we've searched for eco-friendly cleaning, we might want to build some content for that client around eco-friendly toilet cleaners or something else of that nature. So we might do an article about bathrooms and toilets and disinfectants, which would sit under that umbrella of eco-friendly clean. So that's Wordstream. That's really cool because it gives you quite a few free searches per month. And if you're a small business, you don't need to do this multiple times. The next one that I referenced on that first page is called Word Tracker. Again, none of these are definitive, perfect results, but you get the idea, you get a trend. So sometimes these volumes will be different. So eco cleaning has more volume than eco cleaning cloths using Word Tracker. So again, we're just building ideas about the words that we might build some content around. And again, these ones, Word Tracker will give you the volumes and the competition and just list out lots of ideas that you can start to go, oh, okay, yeah. Sometimes you might think that you might want to start targeting some of these less popular phrases to start with, just to get some Google traffic to your website, and then build bigger articles down the line. So that's step 1. This one here is the Mangools product that I personally use. I pay a little bit of money for it per year, but it's really cool. It's kind of like all the big SEO tools, but way cheaper. So again, eco-friendly cleaning, bit of search there, and it gives you all sorts of data and ideas and who's ranking up the top, whether things are easy and hard. And if you look over here, this is really interesting for this client in particular, that the volume for eco-friendly cleaning has definitely picked up in the last year. So more people are starting to search for eco-friendly. And again, it'll give you more of the word ideas. But look, at the end of the day, you don't need to do this phase again and again and again. These are just tools that crawl the internet, give you estimations, good estimations of how much search volume there is and how competitive those words are. The next thing I would use if I was you, if you want to do this for free, is Google Search Console. So your website must be connected to Google Search Console. That is something you should do, or your web developer or your SEO person, because then you can start to look at the actual search traffic for your website, how you're going, how much of that you're gathering. So you might have done some keyword research. You might have decided that eco-friendly bathroom cleaning was your main thing, and then your website's actually coming up for other phrases related to that. So you might want to alter that. So I'm not going to go through that in depth, but suffice to say, you should be connected to and have access to Google Search Console. It is amazing, and that's based on real search volumes. It's a Google product, right? So you want to use that because it gives you such good insights, and you can see the trends of traffic and search for your page and how you're going, and then compare that to other people. The next thing I would use for free is the Google Ads Keyword Planner. So if you go to ads.google.com, you can get into your Google Ads account and use the actual Google Ads Keyword Planner. They obviously want you to run ads based on certain words and phrases, and they'll give you really good data about search volumes, competition, cost per click, all that sort of stuff. So you start to build, by the time you've played with these three tools, you've built some pretty good information about what words have got. If you go back up here, what the volumes are. That's really important. There's no point building a website about a site that no one's searching for, words that no one's searching for. Is there competition? And then the relevance. And we'll get down to the next point because we start to tie in the relevance. Answer the Public is a website that I really, really enjoy because, again, it's free. It gives you some great intel, and it looks like this. So answerthepublic.com. If you've never seen it, go and have a muck around with it. You simply put in your key phrase, and it gives you a visual of all this stuff, all these things that people are actually searching the internet for. What are some eco-friendly cleaning products? How earth-friendly cleaning products? What is eco-friendly cleaning? These are all things that you could build your entire social media campaign around all these questions, see what gets traffic and comments, and build pages on your website about that, or Google Business Profile posts about that. Further, it gives you just idea after idea after idea. It's such a cool site. So you definitely should visit Answer the Public, because by the time you've done all that thinking, you've popped some of those key phrases in there, you've got a whole bunch of ideas and content words, and at this stage you've spent absolutely no money. If you wanted to get into it a bit more seriously, then I use and recommend Mangools, which has Keyword Finder, which has a small fee per year, but it lets you then rank all of and track your rankings. It's just amazing. I'd recommend that for sure. Now, the last point is this one, and this is really, really important. And it involves talking to some humans. So look, talk to your actual customers constantly. What did you search for? When someone says, "Oh, I found you on Google," you should ask, was that a Google ad? Was that Google Business Profile? Was that our website? What did you search for? How did you end up on my website? So always talk to people about how they're finding you and what they're searching for. Talk to friends and say, "Hey, this is my business. What would you search for if you're looking for me?" Sometimes it's really, really basic and obvious, and you just have to target that. If I was to start a personal training business here in Automotai, personal training Automotai, and I would build content around that, and I would target that as my website because that's what I want. Talk to prospects, people who have contacted your business in some way but haven't yet become, I call these research mode people. They're finding out whether you're the right business. try and find out what they searched for. And then also, this is a big one that people often forget. Go and look at your competition. What I do is I look at the competition's website. I look at the name of their website. I look at the names of their pages, the different pages on their website. What are the titles of those pages? I look at the H1, so the main heading on each page. What is that? What is the content all about? I look at that. Then I look at the meta titles. The meta titles are really important. They're the little blue things that come up in Google search. I look at those as well, because that gives you a big hint about what they're targeting. So by this stage, you've done some actual data gathering up here. You've looked at real information from Google with these two phrases. You've got some ideas about content that could tie into those key phrases, and then you've talked to actual customers, prospects, and your competition. By that point, you've still spent $0, and you've probably got a really good idea about what keywords you should use on your business so that your website appeals to Google as much as possible as people do their searches. So that's all I'm going to put in this video. If you have any questions about those tools in particular, pop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you at some point. Aside from that, I hope that's a useful video and you get into the work and it helps your business grow. Cheers. We'll talk again. Bye for now.